and welcome to ShanghaiEye. I'm Wang Ying.
Hi, I'm He Jian.
Monday through Friday on Dragon TV, we bring you stories to explore and decode China, and we'll focus a lot on Shanghai.
We will look at business, tech, urban life, arts and culture, and sports. And we are going to provide you with our top tips on work, study, life, and travel in China. Let's start with today's cover story. Artificial intelligence is transforming our everyday life from communications and transportation to healthcare and more. The Nobel Committee recognized the AI's transformative impact by awarding the 2024 Physics Prize to pioneers of neural networks and the Chemistry Prize to innovators in computational tools for protein design. With advancements revolutionizing industries across the globe, what opportunities does this unlock and what challenges lie ahead? Tang Xiaofan and Zhang Hong takes a closer look.
The application of AI is truly everywhere. Here at Shanghai Tower, the tallest building in China, they've installed an AI-based immersive experience. Without spoiling too much, it's somewhat like an escape game, but with a deeper purpose, encouraging people to reflect on the coexistence of humanity and AI. You can even interact with an AI character through your earphone, adding a personal and thought-provoking touch.
Wow, that sounds pretty cool. I will try this game next time. I agree that we are more or less using artificial intelligence in our work or life. For example, artists and designers are using AIGC or artificial intelligence generated content as a tool to create digital artworks. You know, there are many websites that allow users to generate design options based on specific parameters. And this tool is also used to create text, audio, and video, greatly improving our work efficiency.
That's right. And also, Shanghai's airports are leveraging AI-driven digital twins, which refers to the use of real-time data to create a virtual replica of the physical asset, process, or system. This means they can use AI in everything from managing vehicles and runways to monitoring passenger density in real time. Another notable example is autonomous driving. Autonomous taxis are now a reality in China. They rely on AI to process sensor data, predict traffic conditions, and ensure safe navigation. What else, Xiaofan?
While earlier I attended a forum on AI applications in the healthcare sector, and that was really informative. You know, AI can now assist doctors in diagnosing diseases more accurately. It also helps with patient management and medical imaging analysis. And one of the most prominent areas of AI application is drug development. You know, at the forum, I spoke with some experts in the pharmaceutical industry and learned how AI is helping with the process.
The biology of the human body is complex, and that means developing even one drug to treat illness or disease can take decades and cost about $2.6 billion.
一个药物在临床阶段的真正的花费和时间，实际上是做一个新药的这个花费最大的以及时间最长的地方。像这些临床试验的这个编程工作、分析工作，大量是重复性的。
There's lots of wastage in the way we've traditionally run trials because we're not designing the right trial, we're not recruiting from the right sites, and we're changing the study so much over time that it ends up expanding the overall duration of the clinical research effort.
But now, AI is reshaping and revolutionizing the process. So how does this happen? One example is a synthetic control arm solution developed by Medidata, which simulates scenarios from drug interactions to trial designs to ensure that by the time a drug reaches a patient, it has undergone extensive virtual testing.
We have tens of thousands of studies we've worked on which contain tens of millions of participants, right? And so we are able to take those and produce both synthetic human beings, and you can take that synthetic human being and really run different tests on it as if it's a virtual twin.
By acquiring, interpreting, and activating data, AI is also playing a critical role in drug discovery. A researcher at a pharmaceutical company is capable of analyzing 200 to 300 studies a year, putting average development time at 1 to 5 years. However, with AI, it's possible for pharmaceutical companies to analyze 1 million papers and 4 million pieces of clinical data simultaneously. The time that can be saved with this technique is expected to reduce development costs.
Clinical trials have become very expensive because many of the drugs that we put into a clinical research experience don't succeed. So AI is going to fundamentally change the probability that these drugs succeed and the probability that when they do go to market, we're seeing expected results that were predicted along the way.
The latest report from research consultancy Global Market Insights showed that by 2032, the AI-empowered healthcare sector will be worth $70 billion with a compound annual growth rate of 29%. Annual growth in China is expected to be 30%. More specifically, the market size of AI-enabled drug research and development is expected to exceed $20 billion. However, challenges remain as enterprises increase efforts to promote AI applications in the medical field.
The challenge is still making sure that all of our AI models are trained on data that makes it intelligent. We need to make sure that we continue to have access to global data, global healthcare data, clinical trials data.
AIDD 能够加快药物发现，但是的话呢，当 AI 设计了一个分子以后，由于这个我们对它具体设计的分子的不了解，实际上还需要加个人工验证的一个环节。这个本身生物学的复杂性，这是一个很大的门槛。还有一个门槛就是这方面人才的缺乏。要是 AI 的人才相对来说比较丰富，而且这些 AI 的人才对于这个传统的流程有一定了解的话，这个其实很多的 AI 的一些实施工作是可以很快执行的。
Our next story touches on a critical question in the era of artificial intelligence. Do algorithms have bias? From influencing what we see on social media to deciding job applicants, algorithms shape many aspects of modern life. But are they as impartial as we assume? ShanghaiEye explores how these biases arise, their potential impacts, and what can be done to address them.
Do algorithms have bias? This question hadn't crossed my mind until I heard Professor John Kleinberg from Cornell University address it. Try this on your phone. Type "I asked the teacher if" and see which words are suggested to follow. Typically, "she" comes up as the first option. Then type "I asked the doctor if" and notice that "he" is the first suggestion. This example points to how algorithms see the world. 20 years ago, the professor and his collaborators analyzed data from Flickr, a photo-sharing platform, to see what insights could be drawn from user-generated content. By mapping geotagged photos, they observed that algorithms could identify popular landmarks based on where users were active. However, this activity was primarily concentrated in Western countries, reflecting a geographic bias based on platform access and use. The point is, algorithms aren't programmed with a direct incentive to exhibit bias. They're trained on massive data sets reflecting past behaviors and simply try to replicate patterns in the data. Are there any ways to eliminate that kind of bias?
The algorithm is based on an explicit set of features, an explicit objective function, even if it's very hard to understand. At some level, we can state very precisely why it reached the decision it did. The notion of mitigating bias is not just a problem for the algorithm. I think often the bias in the algorithm is there because the bias was there in the society or was there in the human decision making. And so part of what I think we can do with the algorithm is identify this and begin tracing it backward to its origin.
It's crucial to address this bias during algorithm training, especially since they're used to make high-stake decisions, such as screening candidates for jobs, school admissions, or loans. For example, algorithms can replicate gender biases because past data might include biases favoring one gender over another. Even if gender data is excluded, the algorithm might reconstruct gender information by finding correlations with other attributes, thus perpetuating bias. Designers need to actively address these patterns rather than allowing algorithms to passively learn from biased data. Of course, today most algorithms are still used for low-stake decisions, such as search engine results or social media recommendations. But Professor Kleinberg warns of their cumulative impact.
We certainly learned by watching the evolution of social media that each of the decisions about what to show you on your screen is low stakes. But I take 1 trillion of those decisions over the course of a few years, it adds up to something dramatic, which is, for example, how public opinion forms and evolves and leads to things like, political opinions and other life choices.
Another issue is the uniformity of outcomes when everyone uses the same algorithms for decision making.
Anytime we have a powerful technology that we don't fully understand, we want to be very careful. We need to be worried about the ways we deploy it, and to really put up safeguards in the way that we deploy it, which is a conversation that's going to involve, both the sort of technical side, the social side, policy interventions.
China, for instance, is moving ahead in regulating algorithms and AI by implementing a set of regulations. The 2022 rules on algorithm recommendation services prohibit using algorithms to generate fake news, spread illegal content, and engage in unfair competition. The 2023 provisions on deep synthesis management require clear labeling of AI-generated content to ensure transparency. Additionally, the provisional regulations on managing generative AI services, also effective since 2023, mandate that AI training data and outputs be refined to ensure they're true and accurate.
Just a few years back, I would never have imagined that I would be able to converse with a computer that would seem almost completely human. So, Wang Ying, what do you think AI will be capable of in 10, 20, maybe even 50 years?
Well, I think it's hard to say, but I think what seems entirely impossible today will become commonplace. And it's now clear that AI is the breakthrough technology of our time. And as with other breakthrough technologies like fire, steam power, electricity, computing, it is only going to continue to evolve and become more capable.
And while enjoying the benefits brought by AI, sometimes I worry about its meteoric rise, just as we've discussed in our stories. Problems relating to privacy and personal data protection are a major issue, as are algorithm bias and transparency ethics and job losses.
Yes, and another disadvantage to AI is our increasing reliance on it for tasks ranging from repetitive work to decision making, which will actually make us lazier. And this may cut down our critical thinking and problem-saving abilities if we continually defer to AI solutions without questioning their validity or exploring alternatives.
But one thing is for sure, AI holds massive potential for creating a better world. At the same time, we must ensure the implementation of it remains under control.
In today's Shanghai A to Z section, we're looking at discounts. The city's iconic Eastern Nanjing Road is issuing promotional coupons with 21 million yuan to both locals and expats. The coupons come in two types, large and small value vouchers designed to cover a wide range of stores across the street. The next round of coupons will be released at 10 a.m. on January the 15th. It features 10,000 coupons with 200 yuan for a 300 yuan purchase. They will be valid for use from January the 17th to 26th. Residents can visit the Nanjing Road Pedestrian Street Mini program on Alipay to participate. After completing the registration, users can easily grab the coupons, which will be stored in their Alipay wallet. There are a limited number of these coupons, and they get grabbed up quickly. These promotional coupons can be redeemed at more than 80 participating shops. This includes malls like New World City and New World Daimaru, as well as well-known restaurants and flagship stores like Xinhua Lou and Haagen-Dazs. Many businesses are offering additional discounts or promotions, so shoppers can combine these with the coupons to maximize savings. If you've got a question for us, you can find us on all the socials.
We'd love to hear from you. You can find all our content online as well, and join us here on Dragon TV Monday to Friday.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.